Paid ads are so much better than organic content in 2026. You put money in, you get money out, and it's one of the most guaranteed ways to scale your online coaching business in 2026. And in today's video, I'm going to cover why that's bullshit and why that is completely fake. Now, just a very quick disclaimer, this video will not be biased. Even though, yes, I am an organic dude, and yes, I only do mostly organic with our clients, we still are incorporating some ads to it with, to the workflow with what we're doing with our clients. We're actively looking to, increase the amount of things we're doing when it comes to ads with our clients. And we also literally have clients that are literally known for being masters at ads, such as Nick Terrio, Jeremy Haynes. These guys have generated well over multiple 9 figures with ads, so this video will not be biased. Hey, by the way, before I go into ads, I want to let you know that if you're somebody who joined this video and you already know all the cons and pros about ads and you just want to hear stuff about content, skip to this timestamp that is going to be literally below me. So skip to that if you want to hear about content. But yeah, let's go into it. First of all, let's talk about the benefits of ads. All right, so as you can see on the screen, I have my little, benefits. I should have just said pros of ads, but it's fine. Benefits of ads. First off is money in, money out. Okay, it is very simple, unlike you can argue organic, where it's kind of unpredictable, what that a lot of people tell me. You literally put money in, you put money out. It is that simple. Organic can be a lot more unpredictable. Yes, you're putting money into it, and yes, you might get some sort of ROI, but you can't guarantee it. But with ads, you can literally, you literally know, I'm putting $1 in, I'm getting I'm getting $2 out, $3 out, and with that I can scale. It's super simple, and it gives you every single point of data, which brings me to the next benefit, which is simple and mathematical, okay? So I'm just going to put math. So simple and mathematical, okay? A lot of people complicate it. I think it's as simple as making good creatives and putting money into them, and obviously testing which creatives are actually good, which creatives people react to. And by the way, I'm not a paid ads expert by any means, but this is just something that I've heard working with these people that I just mentioned that have made over 9 figures with ads, all that kind of shit, right? And at the end of the day, it's just math, okay? You look at, Jeremy Haynes, for example, has his own financial modeling where you look at, how much money do you want to make? And then from there, you reverse engineer to, for example, what's your ticket cost? How many books, what's your close rate? Then how many, based on that, how many calls you need, but what's your show rate based on that, how many leads you need, based on lead response, how many actual leads you need, all that kind of shit factored in. And that comes down to, so I need to essentially put this much money into the ads to scale to this number. It's very mathematical, and, it's not guessing. With short form content, it's not guessing, but it's not as mathematical and as simple as with ads. And with that, it is also one of the easiest, it is also one of the easiest ways to scale. Right? Put money in, get money out, and you will see that a lot of people have made a lot of money with paid ads and are making a lot of money with paid ads. They usually don't have social medias, because these people are anonymous. Some of the winners, like Jeremy Haynes hosts his mastermind, some of these people that have hit $1 million in a month, you've never heard of them before. Because paid ads is easiest way. Why would you bother going into organic, build a brand for years and years and years? There are benefits to it, but if your goal is to just make a certain amount of money, not really show up on social media that much, then you can just go with the paid ads route. It's the simplest and the easiest way to scale. You don't have to fuck around. You literally just put money in, get money out. It is easy as that. Next benefit is you can reach a cold audience a lot easier. Or cold or new audience, reach new audiences. You want to use cold or new audiences, but essentially reaching new people that don't really know about you and going mass market is so much easier with ads, which is why for our clients as well, we don't just do organic, and we don't just push reels, which the purpose of reels is to get new people in, but we also boost posts and to get more followers. You don't have to get a great idea. You don't have to even if you have a reel that is super specific to a market that is very, essentially considered like a low total addressable market, you can still reach those people with ads. So in that sense, in sense of targeting people, it is very powerful, which leads me to the next point, which is targeting a specific person is so much easier and so much better with ads, right? So you can target, I'm just going to call it ICP, but you can essentially target exact people that you want into your funnel. You just have to position your creatives a certain way, and Meta will find them and send them over to you. And I think this is something that organic lacks. Organic has it. I think the algorithm has become so much better and obviously trained a lot more in the past few years compared to past few years, essentially, where it does, like, if you make a super specific reel, it's going to get pushed out to a certain type of people that are interested in that. But I think with ads is a lot more easier, obviously, because you're paying Meta to give you attention. So they're incentivized to give you more attention, a better attention compared to organic, where they're not really incentivized. Now, that is all sunshine and rainbows until we go on to the cons of ads. So let me just write down cons of ads, and we're going to cover this for essentially both, ads and organic content. So don't worry, I'm not going to be biased. Now, the first con with ads is no money in, no in, no out. Meaning, if you stop putting money in, you will stop getting money out, essentially. So as good as it feels to just like throw money at this machine and get money back, it is also easy to consider that if you stop putting money in, your flow of income will stop. You have this thing that is giving you money and you're relying on it so much, and a lot of things that happen with Meta, obviously not that I've experienced this, but you can clearly tell that a lot of people complain that their ad accounts get banned and everything stops working and they're fucked, essentially. So as good as it feels to just throw money into this machine and get money out, feels like a money printer, literally, it is also very easy to just lose your business if that is the only thing you're relying on. So if you have no extra accounts, if you have no organic presence, you are literally fucked. Your business literally stops and you can't make more money if, for whatever reason, you either stop putting money out or your ability to put money in, if you either stop putting money in or your ability to put money in gets blocked for whatever reason. With organic, I will say though, you can still get banned, and if you haven't built a newsletter or something, saved your audience pretty much, same thing is going to happen, but again, lower chances of it happening than with, significantly lower chances than with ads. That leads me to the next point, which is it's a gamble, okay? Jeremy Haynes likes to call it a sophisticated gamble, because it is a sophisticated gamble. Like I said, it's mathematical. So even though it is a gamble, you still know your math, or you should know your math as you're getting into it. And but it still doesn't negate the fact that it is a gamble. You might fail a lot. I was on a call with somebody and they told me literally, hey, if you want to go into paid ads, you literally need to prepare $30K of cash that you're prepared to lose and be completely fine with it, right? So it is an absolute gamble, and everybody tells you upfront, hey, if you are going to go into paid ads, make sure that you have money prepared that you're okay to lose. There are so many benefits on it, but I think at the end of the day, it doesn't negate the fact that it is a gamble, and you have to play this gamble really, really smart. Next thing is it isn't brandable, meaning it is a short-term way of making money. It isn't brandable in a sense that, if you're only relying on ads, you probably don't have a lot of people to retarget. People will not remember you as a brand. They just see you one time, click on your ad one time because of something they want to fix, they buy one time, and that's it. You don't really have a brand presence that, functions through word of mouth or anything. Ads are pretty good short-term, but there comes to a certain point where you can't just scale with ads, and you wish there was something else to tap into. Look at Hormozy, for example. He could have just ran ads for his entire life, but with ads only, he wouldn't really be able to build such a massive following to the point where he collects 100 mil in 3 days. Even before filming this video, 5 minutes before I start press record, I saw somebody talking about Hormozy. That's what the brand allows you. That's what organic content allows you. Ads, no, not really. Which brings me into the next point, which is sales calls become harder. Calls equals harder, okay? So audiences become a lot more colder. They don't know you. They are not coming from a YouTube video or YouTube channel, an Instagram channel where they consume a shit ton of your YouTube organic content or Instagram content. No, they're just seeing you for the first time and booked a call because they have they're not even booking a call because they like you or trust you or know you. They're just booking a call because they have a problem and they want to solve it and they're desperate for it. That's when you need to have a lot of really, really good backend systems or organic content in order to nurture people to close them. Otherwise, if you don't nurture them, sales calls are going to be way longer than they need to be. Sales calls are also going to have a shit ton of objections. They're going to be harder to close. While in comparison with organic content, if people come to you, they're probably coming to you with certainty that they're going to buy no matter what the price is. So sales calls in that regard, and that people like you and they come on the call and they act as a friend and they are genuinely curious to speak to you and they look at you as an authority, right? It's not like they're seeing you for the first time type of thing. And this is also one of the pros that I mentioned earlier, but this is also a con, is you reach a cold audience. Okay? This is, like I said, as good as it is to be able to reach a cold audience, this is also a problem because, like we said, everything becomes harder when you deal with a cold audience. Especially if you're targeting, like if you take the awareness pyramid in consideration, everything becomes a lot harder. Like you need to actually educate these people and you need to set up proper campaigns and email marketing to educate them, right? They are so cold not only to the subject that you're trying to sell, but also cold to you as a brand, as a person. They're like, why should I trust you? Why not somebody else? I had a call with this competitor, right? So it is good that you're able to reach and tap into the mass market, but also it is bad the fact that you do that because it becomes a pain in the ass to actually convert these people. Now, let's talk about benefits of organic content, okay? You've heard it all, and in fact, some of these things with ads you may have known, right? And you just wanted to hear the benefits and pros and cons of organic content and look, why should you do that compared to ads? So that's what we're going to discuss now. Now, the first benefit of content, I think this is the most popular one, is long-term brand building. Unlike actual ads where you have an ad once and you kill it after it stops working and that creative is no longer useful to you, it goes in the trash. YouTube and Instagram, primarily Instagram is what we work on. These are pieces of content that you post them once and they are always serving you as an asset, especially YouTube long-form videos. You posted it once, you put time into it once. I'm literally taking time to record this one video and it's going to serve me for decades to come. I can send it when people come to me with an objection saying, hey, why should I do content compared to ads? I can send them this video and they can understand all the pros and cons of ads, pros and cons of content, and which one should they do, essentially. So this not only serves me as an asset to sell people on YouTube, nurture them, but also serves as a pre-call qualifier or DMs. I can DM people. They can decide to book a call with me after this. You build a long-term brand. It's not going to serve you in short term, right? It's not going to, but it is going to build something where in a year from now, you can actually expect to book calls in it. You can use it in different ways, etc., etc., etc. So again, it is something you have to look very long term. Like Hormozy, everybody now is talking about Hormozy's 100 mil launch in 3 days, but nobody's talking about all the years he spent creating content. Nobody's talking about that. So it is very unsexy, but it pays off if you do it correctly. The next benefit is sales calls become easy as fuck, okay? Calls equals easy, A lot of people underestimate this one, but it's actually so true. You actually, imagine you're about to close a call, And the only reason why somebody doesn't want to move forward is because they're not educated enough. Fuck, it sucks. Happened to me as well. When I hop on a call with somebody through outreach, outreach is essentially like paid ads. You reach a cold audience. These people don't know you. You're a stranger to them, and you pitch them. And they tell, and the guy told me, hey, like, I just need more education. I was so pissed, but it's my fault because he didn't. If he came from my organic content, that means he already watched. It could be the good portion of my content, and he already made a decision to buy. He heard all the objection handling already in the content, so I don't have to do it on a call, right? So that in that sense, it becomes super easy. Usually lasts 20 minutes, and it's not like a objection handling call. It's literally like you come onto the call to collect the cash that he's willing to give you, right? So in that sense, super beneficial. Next is actually ads become a lot easier, right? Ads equals easier as well, right? In a sense of, like, if you now look at Hermosi's ad, if Hermosi's ad pops up, you're going to listen. Doesn't matter what he says in the ad. You're simply going to watch at least for 3 seconds because you see the familiar beard, the familiar face, the familiar clothing, the familiar background. So now his hooks don't even really matter. He can just say anything. His looks do the work because he has appeared so many times. And again, he spent all these years creating content that nobody talks about. Now you just see him in the ad. You want to watch. Doesn't matter what he even says. So in that regard, your organic presence builds up the brand, and that brand also helps with ads so much more. Like imagine not having to think about the hook because people watch just because they see you. It's incredible. Which also leads me to the next point, which is you become memorable. Like people actually memorable. Okay, like people actually recognize you. By the way, excuse me for my awful writing. I'm just trying to bring the point across, so yeah, don't judge me for that. So you become memorable in a sense where people may recognize you on the street if you, I don't know, live in a very, I don't know, small area, but you also become memorable. Like, you show up on people's feed. It doesn't matter what you say. If they saw you multiple times in a row, they're probably going to listen because they're going to think, oh, it's this guy again. In your ads, same thing happens. They saw you on Instagram, and now it's the first time they see you on YouTube, and it's like, oh, I saw that guy on Instagram. He also has a YouTube channel. I didn't know that. Let me watch. They watch one YouTube video. They watch 2 YouTube, 3 YouTube videos, 4 YouTube videos in, and they realize, oh shit, this guy actually can help me. Let me book a call with him. And it's all because they saw you a couple times on Instagram, right? You become memorable, and that is what is also important and can happen with ads, but very unlikely. And this is one of the last benefits. I'm not going to mention every single benefit, but you can essentially command money. Okay, you can make money on command. And what I mean by this, and I'm going to share a quick story. There's this guy. It's called Ayman Arab. I saw a reel from him, and he was talking about, like, he can literally, because of his personal brand, spin up any offer. He can post a story, call to action, a coaching, whatever, put up some bullshit. He can charge people for one-on-one calls, and he can make money because of his personal brand. With ads, you cannot do that. With ads, you need all the back-end shit set up before you can sell. But with the personal brand, if you build trust and if you show your expertise, people are probably going to be willing to pay you if you just post a story saying, hey, I'm offering to help this many people, doing one-on-one calls, reply this, and I'm going to send you details. So when you build the right personal brand, you can literally command people on a story to DM you, and you're like, fuck, I need more money this month. What can I do? Well, let me sell some one-on-one consultations. Boom, post a story. Boom, DMs come flooding in. Boom, you close them. Extra cash comes in. So this is the power of a personal brand, and you can literally do that in like a few stories, which you cannot do with ads. Okay, now let's go into the cons of content. So you heard all the benefits. What are the cons? And this is something that a lot of people wanted to hear, because a lot of people, they might have clicked on this video because they just want to trash on content. They don't actually want to hear the benefits. They don't want to hear the rationale. They just want to trash on it. Okay. So the first thing is it's actually really, really slow. Okay. So a lot of people think, okay, I'm going to start posting content. I'm going to copy this viral framework. And in the first month, we're going to get 1 million views. And then we're going to sell so many people on a mentorship. And it's going to go so great. but then you realize it takes you like 15 days just to make the first video, and then you are not able to stay consistent, and then it actually takes you 2 months to start posting consistently, and then you're seeing like 1,000 views each video, and then you get fucking discouraged and you think, what the fuck is happening? Okay, so you have to understand that content is very incredibly slow. This is a very big con to it, and a lot of people get discouraged. They're not gonna pay the team anymore because I'm putting so much money in and I'm getting so little out. So it is a con, but like we said, there is a benefit to this con, where it's like, yes, it's slow, but it's gonna build up eventually. With organic, you need to be a certain type, okay, certain type of person to make it. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Okay, so you need to be a certain type of person in order to quote unquote make it with organic content. A lot of people, they think, and I think this is like the media's fault, where you see all these videos, all these people talking about, hey, to scale your social media and build a personal brand, you just need to say this. But it's like, some people, like, you can copy a video word by word, but the way somebody else says something, their tonality, their vulnerability, their relatability, it's just different, man. And it relates to people so much more, and your video and their video goes viral, yours doesn't, because, you know, it's just not the same. The feeling, the experience is not the same. The vulnerability, the relatability, people can't see, people think it's fake, it doesn't go viral. So, and a lot of people, if you're a quote unquote boring person, if you're ugly, unfortunately, if you're ugly, you're probably not gonna be able to make it with personal branding. Are there people that are ugly and have made it with their personal brands? Yes. Can that happen to you? I don't know. If you're ugly, by the way, I'm not assuming anything, but that's just the truth. You need to be a certain type of person. You need to be interesting. You need to be funny. You need to be someone that people are actually willing to listen to. Like, if people are not willing to listen to you in real life and you're annoying to them, it's probably going to transfer over into social media. So that's a big con that you can't really change. Now, this is the next con, and this is something that I honestly have no defense. And this is something that you can't really target the specific avatar or the exact avatar that you want, like with paid ads. Paid ads, you can say the most specific niche shit, and you're going to get a shit ton of people flying onto your ad, because again, you're paying for it. But with organic, if you post the same creative as organic, you're probably going to get 500 views. So, and 500 views, and who knows how many, what the percentage of those views is actually the person you wanted. So you can't really do specific targeting, and even if you do specific targeting, you can't really succeed with it. But from my experience so far, it hasn't worked out. So that's a con in my opinion. Now, the next con with organic content is it can be unpredictable. I'm gonna be very, very honest. It can be unpredictable. Some videos, you might copy it, you might get a really good idea, and you might execute it so well that you think, okay, there's no way this doesn't go viral. It flops. You might make such a good story sequence, and every single other time before, every single time you post a story sequence before, it was a fucking banger, but now you post a story sequence, doesn't perform. Who the fuck knows why? Right? So it can be unpredictable in some sense. Some months, even though you've done everything perfectly, you get lower engagement, all that shit, lower leads, everything else. So it can be unpredictable in that sense, and it is a con. And also, the last con is easy to fuck up, okay? It's, in my opinion, easier to fuck up organic than paid ads. Paid ads, they do require a lot of money up front, I'm going to be honest. But content is very easy to fuck up. Content is very easy. Like, a lot of people, one of the ways you can fuck up organic content is you just go for shortcuts and short-term wins, such as buying followers. I saw some people buying bots that go on huge profiles and comment their name so that the person who's getting spammed with these comments, they go and check out the profile, and so they get attention that way. Again, that's a good way to fuck up your reputation, and that's just one example of the kind of shit that happens nowadays. And again, if you don't want to get fucked up, you can check out my YouTube channel. I'll show you every single way on how to do it properly. And also, this is a bonus. This is not actually planned on my list that I made before making this video, but you can get banned, okay? you can literally, if somebody doesn't like you, they can pay a fucking Indian not $50, but $500, $1,000, and they can literally spam you with bots. Your account gets flagged, your organic engagement fucking tanks, or even worse, your account gets banned. So I've seen account bans go as low for like $1,000, $2,000. So this is something Jeremy Haynes, for example, doesn't like. Again, I don't think this is not common at all. I only know one person that's doing it that I've met in 3 years. So it's very rare, and these bans don't actually like happen a lot. But it comes in waves. There was a recent wave that came of these bots, like everybody big in the space that I knew that I needed to work with, they got fucking spammed with bots. So there's a wave, but it doesn't happen often. So, just something to be aware of, but again, not something to be super, super worried about, especially if you're actually saving your audience in like a newsletter or something. Now, let's talk about which one should you be doing, okay? Should you be doing organic, or should you be doing paid ads, or like both? I think that if you're running your offer from, I don't know, 50 to 100K or 0 to 100K a month, or even 0 to 300K a month, or 100 to 300K a month, I think that can be done organically. I know people who've scaled organically to 500K a month, right? So it's definitely possible. You need to do it the right way. I do have a shit ton of videos in my profile going over it and how to do it, but organic is a good way to start. You don't have a lot of money, or you're just talented, quote unquote talented for like organic content, short form and long form. And so if you're actually skilled at speaking and you actually don't suck at long form and short form, and you are actually able to do it, like you don't hate to do it, it's a really good way to run up to 100K a month, 200K a month, 300K a month, even in rare occasions 500K a month, but that's very rare. So organic is really, really good to start. So I'm just going to say anywhere from 0 to 100K a month, and also from 100K a month to, I'm just going to say 300K a month, okay? So that's like organic, okay? Like this is organic. You're just starting out, organic. Boom, right there. And you're just starting out, like I said, and it's a really good way to start out very, very cheap. Maybe supplement, boost some posts here and there, a couple of them, but it's all organic, all Instagram, YouTube, etc. Now, when it comes to running paid ads, again, I'm not an expert, but I'm just telling you like what I've saw, with working with these clients and etc. And doing organic and building your own presence is also good for people that are making more money than that with paid ads. I have personally clients that are making $1 million a month, and I have clients that are making more than that, multiple millions a month, and they're also doing organic. Why? Because organic is either good to start at the very start to make money, but it's also good where you're at the end game. $1 million a month, like you don't really do it for money. You just do it to build a brand, grow a software company, have multiple offers to the point where people are not buying because of your offer, they're buying because of you, and then you can later sell the software, you can exit it, etc. Right? So that's why people either start personal brands with me, is because they want to make more money, or they just want to grow a personal brand for the sake of growing a personal brand so they can actually sell more products without like having to rely on ads. Like they want people to buy from them because they like them. And also it's just like they achieved so much stuff in their lifetime where it's just like it makes sense for them to run organic. Like why would Jeremy Haynes run organic? By the way, everything that Jeremy Haynes does actually is not with paid ads. It's actually all organically. Believe it or fucking not. So again, just goes to show like the guy who's known for ads does it all organic, doesn't run ads for his own offers. Kind of strange, but again, there's a reason to it, because all he does is document his success with his students, clients, and it works for him. So this is one of the two main reasons why people do organic, and why these big people who are investing, like they've made 9 figures for their clients with ads, and they're still doing organic because it builds a brand, and they understand the importance of a brand where people buy into you, not just into the product. Now, when it comes to paid ads are very good for fast scaling and aggressive scaling, right? And like we talked about, it's math, right? So people who actually want to scale, they usually do not just organic, because organic can be slow, especially when you reach that 300K a month. Maybe you tap out. I know some people tapped out at 500K a month, fell down to 300K a month. Now they're doing paid ads. So paid ads can really be at, you're at 100K a month to 500K a month, right? All the way up to a million and beyond a million. So million plus plus. This is where you are doing paid ads, okay? And you can also start from 0 to 100K with the paid ads. There's nothing wrong with that. One of my clients did that, and now he's only getting into organic as well. For example, he hates filming, so hates to film. A lot of our clients, they either hate short form, hate long form, and so they have an agency that handles long form, and they have an agency for short form, which is us, to take care of that, so they don't have to do a deal with short form. If you're hating to film or you suck at long form or short form, you can just start with paid ads immediately. So that's where I would say is like for a beginner. But usually people take paid ads route if they really, really want to scale aggressively. But at the end of the day, both methods work. And I think you should be doing both of them, especially if you have a little bit of money, maybe 50K a month, maybe 100K a month. If you're making like those ranges, you should invest in both organic, more channels, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Invest into a team and also invest into paid ads. Why the fuck not? My motto for life is like combination is the ultimate choice. So don't just stuck with one thing, especially if you're scaling, if you have momentum. If you're just starting out, sure, stick with one thing. But if you're just scaling, if you have the capacity, go all in. Jeremy Haynes, again, has a quote: "I don't care to be right, I just want to make money. You should be the same." Doesn't matter if organic is better. Doesn't matter if you like organic more paid ads. What makes money? What makes most sense in your position? Do that. Now, if you are in a position where you're not sure if you want to continue with organic or move into paid ads or scale organic and hold off on ads, or you might just want to, start with organic, you've already scaled with paid ads, and you want to really build that really, really long-term brand asset so you can basically sell whatever you want because people buy into you, into your brand, and not just into the product. You can check out the first link in the description where you can see, number one, who are our clients, what have we done for them, and how do we actually help people with Instagram organically. And you can book a call to see how we can potentially help you as well. If it makes sense to go organically with your business, can we even help you? All that kind of stuff. Other than that, you can also check out some other videos on my channel. Follow me on my Instagram and DM me if you have any questions regarding this video or any of the previous videos I made. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video is really, really helpful, really packed with value. I think it's the longest video we've ever had on this channel so far. I really, really made sure that I go above and beyond when it comes to the value. So watch out for the next video. I release 2 videos every single week. So thank you for watching. See you next week.